Hello Rumble, hello YouTube. You're gonna try to post this on both. You know how YouTube and likes to play games. But it'll be for sure be on Rumble if you want to watch it on Rumble. I got something to think about. I was thinking about this. You know, in Marvel comics or what all these comic books, you always had the villain and you always had the good guy, the guy they said was good. Here's something I want you to think about. One villain in particular I grew up with, and I actually kind of sided with him because he was nuts. He was crazy. But yet, was he crazy, or was his insanity because the world made him insane? Here's something I want you to think about. Joker. Love Joker. If you understood the Joker, like I did, I want you to think about something. The Joker fought for the people. And if you would think about this, Batman was a billionaire. Batman was fighting to keep people under control, under the billionaires' control. You know, this one government, one world law and everything else. This is going to turn your head, everything you know about Batman and Joker, upside down. Because the Joker, if you think about it, he was one of the people. And yes, he was laughing at everything because everything that you know is a lie. And you sit back and you look at everything that's going on in the world and you start to side with the Joker. Because if you remember Michael Keaton's Joker, if I remember right, he was sitting there looking at the reporters, the corporate reporters book, photography book. Come on, Jack, hush. Anyways, he's flipping through and you're seeing death and destruction, and the world said it was beautiful. The corporate world said it was awesome, and he's going crap. He's calling it crap, calling it what it is. It's nothing but garbage. He was looking at the paintings that he spray painted, and he said crap, garbage. He's calling it exactly what it is. See, the billionaires that overpay for everything will sell you a load of crap. Jack, stay here. But if you sit back and watch and you start thinking about the way the real world is, was the Joker wrong? Was Batman the actual villain? Because he worked for the corporate billionaire. He didn't work for the people. He tried to rescue the people, supposedly, but the billionaires do that today. If you think of the, I won't say it because YouTube will kick it. If you think about it, Bill Gates and all these billionaires says they're philanthropists and they are for the people. Come on, Jack. And they are for the people, and they supposedly work for the people. They're for the betterment of humanity. They always say that. Now, if you think about Batman, he lived in his $1 billion mansion and all this unlimited funds, supposedly. And yet, he went around destroying people's homes by driving on them through all the movies, either driving on them, driving through them, or wrecking things, and you never once heard of him going back and paying for the damage he caused. Law enforcement does that. SWAT team does that. SWAT team goes around and damages property. And then when you go to try to get refunds from the government, you never get reimbursed. Or they come and take your property, your guns, your homes, your cars, and they never give it back to you. See, Batman always come in the dark as a thief into the night, and the Bible even talks about that. Always come in as a thief into the night. The Joker was working to fight against this tyrannical government, tyrannical everything. These cops that were corrupt. He was fighting against corruption. In his own silly way, he was. Which, I know some people are going to say, no, Batman was doing that. No, Batman stood with the police department. Think about it. Batman stood with the corporate billionaires. He didn't stand with the people. He didn't walk down in the same streets as the people. He didn't walk where they walk. And if you remember, Harley Quinn says we're criminals. That's what we do. According to the government and all these one world order people, we're criminals because we want to hold on to our guns. We're criminals because we want to hold on to our rights. According to them, we are the criminals. They are the gods, and we're the low-life peasants or cattle. They want to put numbers on us like cattle, and they want to treat us like cattle. But if you think about this, the Joker was fighting against all that. That he was standing up, and he was creating chaos to their world order. He was creating chaos to their rule of law. Hey, but yet, if you think about it, you sit back and start to think that the Joker might have been the hero. How is that? Because the Joker, if you think about it, would take the money, give it out to his henchmen. Who are the henchmen? The people. People that follow him. The people that created chaos for him against this new world order. Come on. They disrupted this billionaire idea, this industrial complex idea that Batman was pushing. They disrupted all of it. See, Batman was always sitting in the offices of the billionaires. He was never with the people. So it makes me wonder, when somebody says, I'm a billionaire, how much of a show are we actually watching on the news media? They got a picture of Trump in the courtroom. It looks pretty funny to me. His face looks weird. And people are like, is this actually Trump? I don't think it is, personally. I think Trump's playing games with this courtroom. He's wanting to show a monkey court. He purposely put that picture out of somebody else sitting in the courtroom, and they didn't even realize it because they're so stupid. See, how many superheroes in these comic books were actuality the criminals behind closed doors? They were pushing this utopia, this world idea where the world's gonna be perfect, it's gonna be fine if you follow the rules and you comply. They were pushing this idea. How many superheroes in these comic books were actually the villains? And the villains were the people. The villains were the people fighting back against this corporate industrial complex, this military industrial complex. How many superheroes stood with the military industrial complex and the corporate industrial complex and the pharmaceuticals and everything else? How many superheroes stood for that, trying to enforce the rules of this government and this new world order, basically, this World Economic Forums and everything else? See, you have to start looking at things in different lights, and then you start waking up. That's why I suggest go look up the Burrow Network. It'll start flipping your idea of the way the world is on its head. Hollywood itself, it will flip Hollywood on its head. It will make you think that Hollywood is part of this evil that's being pushed on the people. Hollywood is smoke and mirrors. Hollywood is based on witchcraft. Actuality, the fashion designer of France or Germany, I think it's Germany, is actually a witch. And they're calling her the fashion guru. But yet she's got nasty teeth, gnarled teeth, and she's coming out in this black satanic clothing and Luciferian everything, and she's so nasty and ugly and mentally, you can see she's mentally insane. But yet they're saying she's a fashion designer. So you need to start flipping everything you know on its head, because everything you know is wrong. It's based on lies. See, when you start looking at the world a different way, you start recognizing that our freedom and our constitutional rights and our children depend on us to stand up and speak up. They are pushing this pedophilia and transgenderism and all this other BS onto our children. They are grooming our children for what? So they can be Luciferian, so they can be satanic, so they can be evil. See, this is where I revert back to Batman. When he did not stand up actually for the people, when you stop and look at it, he did not stand with the people. You start to recognize that his billionaire buddies are the politicians. They're the governors, they're the presidents, they're everybody else that is into this evil, and they're bought off easily. They're nothing but bought off. And he was throwing his money and his weight around. See, Klaus Schwab, and 27 other family members are doing just that. Soros, Gates, and all these others. They're doing just that. They're throwing their money around. They're throwing their weight around. See, people that speak the freedom tend to get shut up by the corporate billionaires. People that start to get you to wake up and look at everything you know and flip it on its head, they tend to get shut up one way or another. So y'all need to start looking at things in a different light. Because if you don't, your very life or your children's life may depend on it. Your freedom will definitely depend on it. Y'all need to wake up. Start looking at the Joker in a different light and thinking about the Joker. Because where did he reside? He resided with the people. Where did Jesus reside? He resided with the lost. And he resided with those people that were sitting in the bars. He came to save who is lost. The Joker was fighting against this corporation that is based on lies. He was fighting against that. I'm not saying Joker was like Jesus. I'm not, because he wasn't. He was like us, humans. We have our faults. We have our sins in our heart. And we need to recognize them. But even if you believe in God or not, which I would hope you would, because you just look at this world, it's beautiful. It's created by God. The devil can't create something beautiful. So, in actuality, you look at everything that's going on and you start to recognize that maybe the Joker was who Jesus was fighting for. Maybe the Joker was who Jesus was sitting with in the bars and the tavern and the hookers and the prostitute. Maybe the Joker was that person that Jesus is saying, love thy neighbor and love thy enemy. Maybe Batman is the devil in disguise. Y'all be blessed and look up the Burrow Network. Get educated. Start flipping your education and your thinking on its head, because it's all based on lies. God bless. My prayers is with all Americans. I don't care where you stand, left, right, center, whatever. I don't care. My prayers are with you all, that you all get educated and educate yourself on your freedom and your constitutional rights. Be blessed. Be safe. Keep your head on a swivel. Know who's around you 24/7. Know who the enemy is. Know who your friends are. Be blessed. God bless.